Hi, and welcome to a Life Soul podcast, where we explore personal growth, high performance, and intentional living. I am Wasim Balani, and I believe life isn't just about getting through the day, it's about becoming fully alive in everything we do. Through my journey, whether in medicine as a heart rhythm cardiologist, cycling and running, or personal development, I have learned that success isn't just about reaching goals, but about who we become along the way. This podcast is here to inspire and challenge you to push your limits, cultivate discipline, and live with purpose. Join me each week as we dive into ideas, reflections, and practical strategies to help you grow into your best self. So let's get started. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to a Life Soul podcast. Let me ask you this. You ever see someone doing something effortlessly and wonder why it's so hard for you? I had one of those moments this week, and instead of letting it bring me down, it opens something up. This episode is about starting small, staying steady, and learning to trust your pace, even when it feels slow. So let me tell you the story that made me reflect and think about the topic of this episode. I was scrolling through Strava, which is the app where runners and cyclists log their workouts and share them with others. And I saw a post by a friend who's an avid cyclist and runner who posted a run titled Easy Run. It was just 4 miles, but at a 7-minute per mile pace. That's over 8.5 miles per hour speed. And that's seriously fast. And I commented, half joking, easy for you, that's zone 5 for me. But the truth is, I wasn't even joking. That pace would have had made me gasping. For him, it was just a light jog, but for me, it would have been an all-out effort. And that one moment struck with me, not because it made me feel small, but because it reminded me of something we forget so easily. What's easy for someone else might be your all-out effort today, and that's okay. What matters most is that you show up where you are and keep going. See, we all start small. We all start somewhere. And let me take you back to the beginning of my cycling journey, for example. When I first got serious about riding my bike, I could barely finish a 10-mile ride. I'd come home completely exhausted, legs tight, wondering how people were out there riding 40, 70, or 100 miles like it was no big deal. I remember thinking, how do they do it? Are they even human? But something inside me said, you can get better. It didn't say, go ride 100 miles tomorrow. It said, start small, but keep showing up. So I kept at it. 10 miles became 12, then 15, then 20, then 30. I didn't have a fancy training plan. I didn't even know what zone 2 or 5 was at that time. But I had something powerful, the belief that progress is possible, and the willingness to keep showing up. There were days I didn't feel like riding. There were days I doubted myself. But you know what? The days I showed up anyways, that's when I grew the most. Not just physically, but mentally. I was proving to myself I can do hard things. I can get better. And eventually I did. Now I completed 700 miles bike rides. And that still blows my mind sometimes. Because that version of me from a few years ago would have never believed it. But here's the thing. You don't have to believe it all at once. You just have to believe in taking that next step. Let's go back to that easy run moment for a second. It's so easy to fall into the comparison mode. You see someone faster, stronger, more advanced, more accomplished, and before you know it, you are shrinking your own progress. You're beating yourself up instead of building yourself up. But here's a mindset shift I want to offer. Comparison can either inspire you or crush you. It's all about how you hold it. You can look at someone far ahead of you and think, wow, I want to learn from that. I want to grow into that version of me. Or you can look at them and think, I'll never get there. I'm too far behind, and that can discourage you. Both of those mindsets starts with comparison, but only one leads to a growth. So let me ask you, who are you comparing yourself to lately? And is it helping you grow or making you feel stuck? Because here's something we often forget. The people we admire, the ones ahead of us, they weren't always there. They were once beginners too. They had their own version of the 10-mile ride, their first shaky run, their failed attempt. We just don't see that part on social media. We see the highlight reel, not the humble beginning. But the truth is, they got where they are the same way you will: reps, time, patience, and belief. Now I want to shift into what this episode is really about. Start small, but aim big. You see, a lot of people think those two ideas contradict each other. Like you're either playing it safe or going all in. But in reality, some of the biggest goals you'll ever reach will come from the smallest consistent actions. And starting small is not about staying small. It's about building the strengths, the belief, the momentum to go big. Think about it. You don't write a book in a day. You write a paragraph, then a page, then a chapter. You don't run a marathon in one shot. You train mile by mile. You don't become a high performer overnight. You practice daily habits that compound over time. That's how you aim big. You build into it. And yes, it's slow. Yes, it's not glamorous. Consistency is often boring. There's no spotlight, no applause, just you and the decision to keep going. But trust me, that boring consistency, that's where transformation lives. And that's why most people never reach their full potential, because they give up too soon. Not because they weren't capable, but because they stopped too early. And here's what's beautiful about this journey. When you keep showing up, you change. Not just what you do, but who you become. One day, you look back and realize, I remember when this felt impossible, and now it's my warm up. I remember when I doubted myself, and now I feel solid. That's not a fluke, that's earned growth. And you don't get there by aiming for easy. You get there by showing up before you feel ready, by believing in yourself before the results show up. And that's a process, that's the work, that's the becoming. Now, maybe you're listening to this and thinking, okay, but I still feel behind, like I wasted too much time, like I should have started earlier. If that's you, I want to say this from the heart. You're not behind. You're becoming. You're growing. Your timeline is not broken. Your progress is not too slow. You are exactly where you need to be to take the next step, not the final step, not the perfect step, just the next one. And if you stay in it, something amazing happens. You build momentum, you build belief, you build you, the version of you who dreams big, works hard, and keeps going. So please, don't give up on yourself. Let me leave you with a question. What's your zone 5 right now? What's that thing that feels hard, that feels uncomfortable, that stretches you every time you show up? That thing matters, because the more you lean into it, the more you expand. And what's hard today becomes part of your rhythm tomorrow. So embrace it. Don't shy away from the challenge. Don't wait until it feels easy. Do it now. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You just need to take the next step. So here's a big message I want to leave you with today. Start small, but aim big, and always trust the process. Don't let someone else's easy pace make you feel like you're not enough. Use it as a fuel. Let it remind you what's possible, not what's missing. Celebrate where you are, stay steady in the climb. And remember, what feels impossible now might just be your warm-up one day. Every goal starts with a small step. Every breakthrough begins with quiet belief. And every strong finish starts with the decision to begin. So keep going, keep building, keep becoming. You've got this. And if you liked this episode, please share it with people around you, because we all grow better when we do it together. Every habit you build, every effort you make, it all adds up. So keep showing up, because the small steps you take today are shaping the person you become tomorrow.